We want to tell you about an important fundraising effort that has raised $1 million so far for people with Down syndrome here in Colorado.
The Rocky Mountain Down Syndrome Educational Fund is going to use this money to underwrite educational programs for those with Down syndrome and their families. And they could not have reached this $1 million milestone without a $500,000 grant, matching grant that is, from the Anna and John J. C. Foundation.
And we want to thank Michelle C. Witten, the executive director of the foundation, for joining us this morning. It's wonderful to have you here, Michelle.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So let's talk about your connection to Down syndrome, first of all. It's a very personal one through your daughter.
That's correct. I have a 3-year-old who's wonderful, vivacious, and very smart, and she happens to have Down syndrome. And I think she was a real kind of blessing in our lives and gave us purpose. And I'd like to think she made us better people, too.
There are a lot of challenges for families who raise kids with Down syndrome and the kids as they get older and become adults. So this money, tell us more about exactly how it's going to be used.
Okay, great. It's actually a fund at the Denver Foundation, and we're going to use the money to underwrite educational programs for people with Down syndrome. For example, we have our symposium series that it will underwrite, and the symposium series, surprisingly, is the only educational program for people with Down syndrome in Colorado. But you can bet your bottom dollar that by next year, this time, we'll have at least 2 or 3 programs that are being underwritten and helping families and people with Down syndrome.
Which is very encouraging news. It has to be for the parents of children with Down syndrome. And there are some 5,000 in Colorado. So as a young mother who delivered a child with Down syndrome, did you find yourself kind of overwhelmed and wondering who was going to help you, who was going to encourage you and take you through this journey?
Yes, it was an overwhelming experience, but it was also a very typical experience because it was our first child. And in looking back, you know, more of it's typical than not. And really what was missing were educational resources. You know, what is the best thing for my child? And that's part of what the fund and the symposium does, not just for parents, but for professionals, providers, doctors, therapists, early interventionists. We want to provide them with the cutting-edge best practices for kids with Down syndrome, so the net result are healthier, more cognitively able, positive individuals who have Down syndrome.
That's wonderful. So there's the physical aspect, and then there's also the emotional aspect. Let's talk a little bit more about the symposium. It's coming up in about 2 weeks. And the keynote speaker, we actually have a copy of her book here, Patricia Winders. Right?
That's correct.
So tell us more about the symposium and what folks will be able to learn there.
The symposium is so exciting because we're able to bring people from all over the world who are experts, world-renowned experts in Down syndrome, to Colorado and educate people here. And otherwise they wouldn't have that opportunity. And Pat Winders is the #1 physical therapist who specializes in Down syndrome, and she's literally written the book about it. And she's going to be presenting on the 19th to professionals, on the 20th to parents, and she's actually going to do live demonstrations in addition to lecturing on techniques for 4 kids each day. So it's going to be a tremendous opportunity for both parents and professionals to learn more about how we can help our kids.
So you really want to get the word out there, and you want people to come. One thing that truly impresses me is that you've kept the prices for these lectures and events at a very nominal cost.
Absolutely. Our goal is to educate as many people as possible. We provide scholarships, we provide Spanish simultaneous translation, and last symposium, which was our first symposium, we had 165 professionals and over 200 parents. So sign up now.
That's wonderful.
The seating is limited.
And are you also accepting expectant parents who may have just realized and found out that they're...
grandparents, aunts, uncles, you know, and the other thing I should mention are our partners in this are Denver Options, Mile High Down Syndrome Association, as well as the Children's Hospital. And they're very key.
Well, let's give our viewers the information they need in order to participate, Michelle. If you'd like to register for the Professional or Parent Symposium on January 19th and 20th, it's presented again by the Rocky Mountain Down Syndrome Education Fund. Here's the number to call there in the middle of your screen, 303-797-1699. Again, 303-797-1699. We also have added a link on our website to their website, So go to thedenverchannel.com and click on As Seen on 7 News.
All right, Michelle C. Whitten, thanks for being here, and congratulations on your new baby boy. Well, 6 months, right?
Yes, that's right.
That's exciting.
Give our best to Sophia as well.
I will. Thank you very much.
All right, coming up for you this morning here on 7 News at 11, an important discovery for stem cell researchers that could sidestep the debate over embryonic stem cell research.
And we'll hear from the Utah couple accused of taking some pretty drastic measures to keep their daughter from getting married.